Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. So today's video is going to be talking about the all-Filipino matchup, very underrated fight on ESPN, a card you don't want to miss. And that's going to be talking about Jerwin Ancajas versus Jonas Sultan. Like I said, Filipinos going at it in a meaningful fight. This is going to be an all-action fight in my opinion. Do not miss this fight. So in this video, guys, I'm going to talk about both of these fighters, ultimately some key punches they both like to use, and my prediction for this matchup. Hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's first start off with Jonas Sultan and what he brings to the table in this fight. When you look at Sultan as a fighter, he's a guy right away I can see has excellent hand speed, uses good combinations, vicious right hand. That would be his most effective weapon, in my opinion, looking at him as a boxer. That right hand is like a piston, comes out of nowhere. You got to be very careful of that punch. He can also throw that to the body, a straight right hand. So, a weapon of his you got to be very wary of. And he has some lateral movement as well. So, defensively, you'll see him do that at times. And when he really gains momentum and finds his range, he'll like to kind of mix up his punches. You'll see him throw some uppercuts, some hooks as well. He'll throw that jab and just really mix things up very well when he's in a rhythm. Now, one thing that I find that he does, actually, a couple things, weaknesses I said that Sultan does consistently is at times he doesn't get proper leverage on punches. And another thing he does that's a bad habit at times is when his opponent is in a stationary target, he gets a false sense of security. What I mean by that is you'll see him at times just put his head down and throw 5 or 6 shots, and he easily could be countered. Now that's key in this matchup because Jerwin Ancajas is an excellent counterpuncher, so that's something that Sultan definitely does not want to do in this fight. Now let's first start off with Jerwin Ancajas and what he brings to the table now. Jerwin Ancajas, when I look at him, he's got that power jab, and off that power jab, he throws a vicious 1-2 combination, just like Manny Pacquiao did. Because a lot of people talk about them, they compare each other. They kind of have different styles, in my opinion, but I can see some of the similarities. And the way they both throw that 1-2 is vicious. And Manny Pacquiao is a mentor to Jerwin Ancajas, so there's definitely some of the style I can see it between those two fighters. Now, Ancajas, what else he does well as a fighter, he's got an excellent right hook, very patient and accurate puncher, and I love the way he works off his jab. Very important. I find that a lot of young boxers, they don't do that anymore. They just walk in, and Ancajas is a prime example of how important a jab is in boxing. And at times, he has beautiful body work as well. If you watch his Conlon fight, absolutely annihilated him to the body. And he's got good punching power. Ancajas, he's got a fan-friendly style, in my opinion. Excellent balance, and like I said earlier, good counterpuncher. So his boxing IQ is very advanced, in my opinion, especially for a very young man. I've been high on Ancajas as a fighter. If you follow me on Facebook, I've definitely discussed him with him at some point. So definitely a guy you want to watch out for. Now, looking at this fight and ultimately picking the winner in this matchup, I think Ancajas has too many advantages in this fight. I think he has a better boxing IQ. He's in better position in this fight. He'll dictate the pace. I also believe that Ancajas has better balance, also better defense as well. His defense is actually pretty good. A lot of people say he doesn't move around like Pacquiao, so his footwork isn't as good. But what he does do very good, Ancajas defensively, is he dips underneath shots and moves to the side. So that's something that he does defensively. He's not jumping around and moving around like Pacquiao did, but his balance is actually better than Pacquiao if you compare the two of them, which is interesting and very impressive because Pacquiao is a hell of a fighter, legend, Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats, one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, back to Ancajas. So in this fight, I just think ultimately he's got too many weapons, in my opinion, for Jonas Sultan. And it's nothing against Sultan because Sultan is a very, very talented fighter and underrated. A lot of people don't know this guy, but he's tough. And he does a lot of things very well. And Ancajas is going to have to be on alert at all times for that right hand. But I just think ultimately Jerwin is going to break him down in this fight, especially if he can use some body shots. I think that Ancajas breaks him down, gets a stoppage in around the 9th round, in my opinion, in this fight. Late stoppage. I just think Ancajas, like I said, too many weapons at his disposal against Sultan. Going to be an excellent fight, though, and one you don't want to miss, because one thing when you look at Jonas Sultan, he really thrives when a guy brings the fight to him. And Ancajas, I believe, will bring the fight to him. So we're going to get a barn burner, and that's when Sultan really picks up his game. So definitely you do not want to miss this fight, guys. Let me know what you guys think on both of these fighters. I'd love to hear from the Filipino boxing fans as well, because I've only been able to see limited footage of Sultan, so I may have missed some really great performances of his that you guys were able to watch live or have seen on TV there. So definitely love your guys' perspective. And let me know as well, guys, what you think of Jerwin Ancajas and what you want to see next should he defeat Jonas Sultan in this matchup. Thank you very much, guys, once again for tuning in and checking out the video. Always appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.